Okay.
Mike for pop, Tupac for hip hop. Yep. R.I.P. MJ and R.I.P. to the PAC. That's how they do it. New Edition. New Edition is one of my favorite boy bands.
Okay.
New Edition favorite boy band. Um, Outkast, my favorite duo rap.
Okay.
Tupac, Tupac, my favorite solo rapper.
Okay.
Um, Dead or Alive.
Yep.
Um, The
Mine
Lot,
too.
LOX, my favorite trio from the East Coast. Um,
Okay.
I got a favorite rapper. I got a favorite rapper from all sides. So my favorite rapper from Chicago.
Me too.
My favorite rapper from Chicago, besides myself, Lupe Fiasco.
Okay. I like Lupe.
Lupe was very influential for me in high school
Right.
because I was in high school during the time of the 50 Cent Curtis album versus the Kanye West graduation album, right? So I was probably a junior in high school, and that
Hmm.
was kind of like that was literally our that was literally the environment for us. It was literally 50 Cent representing the gangster, Kanye representing the backpack rappers, and it was literally the shift. You saw the shift change real
Right.
quick when that happened. When they put them two against each other, and it was like whoever was gonna win that debate, that would determine what hip hop would be after that. And that's
Right.
exactly what happened. You saw when 50 Cent lost that battle, the gangster music kind of took a shift. It took kind of a it take a
It
back seat
did.
for a minute.
It did. It
The
did.
only the only niggas that was doing it was really Jeezy or Rick Ross.
Yeah, at that time, because if you remember, even at that time too, Nas had came out with a song. Um,
Hip hop is dead.
I think hip hop is dead. I think at that time, because
Yeah,
at that time it really was. It wasn't no burst of hip hop energy at that time. It really wasn't. It was a lot of,
trap.
yeah. It was trap, but then it was the auto tune because T Pain was doing the
Yeah,
auto tune, and then everybody like Snoop. I remember Snoop did that song with the auto tune, and it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. And I'm like, bro, I just want somebody to come back with the gangster, like come back with the heart. And
right.
then, as always, the West Coast comes and saves hip hop every time.
Ooh,
So,
Kendrick, right?
huh?
Come on, Kendrick.
Kendrick, and then you can even like a Game was a little early, but you can even put Game in there. But Kendrick was the one, new generation, new West Coast. Kendrick was the one to kick that back open again. I love Kendrick Lamar for doing that because for so long people people crap on the West Coast, bro. Especially when it comes to hip hop. We know this, but when we kick them door, we always kick the door open. You could even go back to the Chronic. We always, for some reason, we always change the music sonically in hip hop, and we always reboot hip hop. I don't know, for some reason on the West Coast, we always press that reset button, and we reset hip hop every time. And then now it's crazy right now. It's crazy, but I got to give
Yeah,
the South some credit too. I got to put the
yeah,
South in there too. South
yeah.
definitely got to get some credit because I remember I was watching that Source Award when Andre 3000 went up there and said what he said about the South having
Yeah.
something to say, and they ain't been quiet ever since. So
Nah.
I'm just saying you got to give the South some love. But
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
huge Tupac fan too. What is it about Tupac that inspired you or inspires you now? What is it about him that inspires you?
Everything. Nah, but
For real, you really
I,
could
I,
say that though.
okay, I'll say so I was introduced to Tupac by my pops. So
Okay.
he in my household, he was like an uncle or relative or a damn older brother or some shit.
Hmm.
Cause I was what? I was one when I was born. He came out. He came out as a solo artist at 20 years old. So he's 20 years older than me. And so I'll say at first it was like it was the music at first, you know, even though they like to talk about his first singles not being, you know, big singles and stuff, but that shit sounded good to me. I don't give a fuck. So I just liked it. My pops liked it and I liked it, you know. So and then it was like whatever my pops like, I liked it. I wanted to like what my pops liked. So it was like, you know, he's sitting there and then you get to see Tupac on TV. He was in the news. You saw like,
All
damn, this
the
dude
time.
just stay in trouble, don't he? You know? And it was like I knew about I knew about, you know, dudes getting in trouble and stuff, but if my pops
Mhm.
condone him getting in trouble, then I guess it's cool if he ain't saying nothing about him getting in trouble, because he ain't never said a bad word about nothing Tupac was doing
Right.
at all. He's like he co-signed everything to do with this dude.
Mhm.
My daddy, he even bald head, and a brown skin nigga, just like him. Aggressive,
Yep.
talk shit, everything.
Yep.
He just ain't got no tattoos on no nose ring or nothing. But
Oh, okay. Okay.
but but that influenced me.
Hmm.
I'm bald. I'm tatted. I
Right.
like to wear jewelry.
Hmm.
I'm a brown skin nigga.
Right.
You know, I'm a deep voice nigga. You
Yep.
know, so it's kind of like so Pac influenced me to be vocal. It
Hmm.
influenced me to appeal to the ladies, appeal to the niggas,
Hmm.
appeal to the youth, appeal to your elders. Um, what else? Even acting.
You said
Like I
acting.
haven't acted for real yet, but yeah, yeah. Acting is because I look at the way Tupac act, and it's like you think about the word act. It's like it's a
Hmm.
difference between being an actor and then actually, you know, perfecting the art of
The art.
acting.
Right. Right.
Yeah, the art of acting. Like Pac literally,
Mhm.
he literally put himself into whatever situation he felt needed to be handled because ain't nobody else doing it. So he felt like he had to put himself in it, even though it's not his fight. So it's like, and that's how he died ultimately. But
Of course.
it's like
Yeah.
I had to, I had to learn from that though. Cause see, I had to learn that me and Pac, we ain't the same. We're not the same person. So I had to
Right.
realize that he didn't really have a family structure. You feel me? And I understood that because
Hmm.
of the Black Panther shit. So it's like his mama was already being targeted. His whole
Right.
Shakur family was being targeted. So he comes out later on as a rapper and he thinking things is gonna be a little bit different because this hip hop shit is something different from back in the day. You know, he's got a chance to express his side of things through hip hop, not knowing that they listening to this shit too,
Yeah.
right? So
That's a fact.
you thinking he getting away with it. He getting away with just talking to his people. But it's
Hmm.
like, nah, this shit selling records. So it's like that's what became the downfall of Tupac, I think.
Hmm.
Because it was too many people listening, and the wrong people got into his ear to try to
Right.
influence him to do other things. You know what I'm saying? Like now, Pac, you know, maybe you should do another movie instead of doing this march or doing this speech. Maybe you should do another diss record instead of doing this speech about, you know what I'm saying? Even though I, I'm with all the shit he was mad about too, because we all get mad about shit, and most motherfuckers
That's a
don't get
true
mad
statement.
enough.
Yep. Yep.
So it's like, so yeah, I learned to be vocal, most importantly, vocal to the point where I make motherfuckers not even want to keep it real no more because they scared of me keeping it real.
Right.
Niggas
So
they wanna tiptoe around you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you, my
Go ahead.
my influence, because I have a huge Pac influence. Like Pac influenced a lot about me, and the reason is
Yeah,
because, and I love dude so much. Like dude, he was just different. Even if you talk to the old heads that was around then and hung with him and different things like that. Like I told you, I got to meet him like once or twice. So, but the energy of who he was and just him as a person, I
yeah.
honestly believe. Hey, Tamika, what's going on? So, I honestly believe that if Pac had lived, I don't think he would have continued rapping. I believe that
No, no,
his
no.
situation over there with death row would have been over and done with legally. Um, and he would have
Yeah,
went into more acting because that's exactly the direction he was going in at that time. He was going. He even said it himself. I want to act more, and
yeah,
I want to do more movies and things like that. And I truly believe he would have went in that direction. I mean, literally, John Singleton wrote a whole movie for him. Uh, Activism as well. To
yeah,
me, I totally agree with that too. He would have definitely done the activism part, and he would have definitely did the movie. I mean, Baby Boy was written for him. You know what I'm saying? John wrote that for him,
right.
and Tyrese did a fantastic job. I'm never gonna sit here and say he did a horrible job. He did great. Um, but Pac,
Yeah,
it's interesting to see what he would have been in Baby Boy, and then even in the movies further than that, because he did a great job in Poetic Justice. Tamika, it's
yeah,
funny because a lot of people say that they're like, oh, because they seen Tyrese in it. But I honestly think he could have did that role, and he could
yeah,
have did it perfectly, and it wouldn't have been anything.
yeah.
Like most of his roles that he did in his lifetime were pretty good. His acting was pretty good. I'm not gonna say it was better than his rap
Yeah.
career, but his acting was pretty good. So yes, I think he would have moved into
And think about
acting. He had scripts wrote out. Um, I think they did. Somebody did do one of his scripts. To a script he had wrote while he was in prison, and somebody did a movie to it. I can't remember who it is. He was an amazing actor. Yes, he was absolutely. He just don't give me Baby Boy vibes. Snoop wasn't
yeah,
gonna punk. Now that part, okay,
right.
I'll give
Now
you
think
that.
about
I'll give you that.
think about that one though. Think
Right,
about think about Snoop and Pac's fallout, right?
right.
Like, do you think Snoop would have still played that same role if Pac was in that movie?
Um, I don't know, and the reason I'm gonna say I don't know is because of the fact that one, okay, yes, they were beefing. Everybody knows this now. I knew it even then, but everybody knows this now. Him and Snoop were beefing before he passed. I honestly believe Pac would have
Right.
eventually talked to Snoop. He would have eventually hashed out whatever differences he had. And yes, probably, I'm going to say 50% might have been Snoop in that. Somebody else could have definitely played Snoop's part, definitely. But
But
him and Snoop
it
in
had to
the
be a reason why.
movie, yeah, I'm gonna say 50,
Yeah.
40 to 50% chance that Snoop would have been in there with Pac like that. Cause Pac would have carried the movie. Pac was a way better actor. Let's just be honest. Snoop is not the greatest actor, none whatsoever.
Snoop Snoop is a typecast actor. He only plays certain
Yeah, he
roles.
only played one role, and Pac
And
is
it ain't
so yeah, yeah. I'm with you,
like think
Rob.
about
I'm
it. You
with
remember
you.
2001?
Uh huh.
You remember 2001? Um, where Snoop was in 4 movies that summer. Remember,
Yes.
the Baby Boy was one of them.
Hmm.
So it
I
was
think it
Baby
was Baby
Boy,
Boy,
Training Day,
Training Day,
Training
Bones,
Day, The Wash, and The Wash,
and The Wash. Yep. Yep.
The Wash.
Yeah, Snoop is not. I don't look at Snoop as an actor. Like Snoop is a rapper to me. Like I don't look at him as that. But the difference between him and Pac when it comes to acting is the fact that Pac really went to school for that. He went to a performing arts school. He really embodied that. You know what I'm saying? Like his acting, and dare I say this, but I feel like his acting was a little bit better than his rapping. Just a tad. Because his rapping
That
wasn't bad,
that's what I
but
mean.
his
That's what
acting was
yeah.
amazing. He embodied every character he did, from Juice to Above the Rim to Poetic Justice, even the movies he did after he was on death row. He embodied that. You know what I'm saying? Like all those roles he embodied. Above the Rim, that was him acting out Haitian Jack. Poetic Justice
Right.
is the movie
But
that I
but you
tell
see how
people that's the
they don't
real
try to
Pac. Poetic Justice is the real Pac.
yeah.
Go ahead,
You
Rob.
see how people don't like to you notice how people don't they like to say Pac changed and shit when he went to death row, but they never but they always want to talk about above the rim. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so if he turned into this when he went to death row, then what was he doing in above the rim then? Right?
Mm-hmm.
People don't know their timeline. I hate when people don't know their timeline
Right.
because above the rim was in 1994.
Four. Yep.
Pac was not on death row in '94.
No, he
So that's
was
what I
not.
mean. Like they always talk about well, Pac changed when he got with Suge. Like he just started just no. He was always a wild nigga. I just said my pops always listened to this nigga. He was always in the damn news in
Always in
1991,
the news.
1992, 93.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I hate when niggas speak on Pac that don't know nothing about him.
Not
They don't
nothing at all,
they
and that's
just
what
see in
makes
the
me
movie.
mad too. But it makes me mad too, bro. Um, because he was so much more than that. Than those, and people don't even realize he wasn't even on death row but 6 to 8 months. It wasn't even a year.
Right.
So they always limit his life to that death row moment, and I'm like, even with Dear Mama, have you seen Dear Mama?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
love Dear Mama. I
I
think
like it.
I think Alan did a great job on Dear Mama. I really thought he was gonna do some weird stuff with Pac legacy, and because
Yeah.
him and Pac didn't really get along at the time and all this other stuff. But I think he did a
Right.
fantastic job in telling that and correlating that story of Pac's mom and Pac, even down to the courtroom when they said the same things verbatim. Like, I'm like, bruh, that's
Yeah.
amazing. It's amazing. And I'm like,
Right.
that's what I wanted out of the Pac movie, the All Eyes on Me. I needed that of what we saw on Dear Mama.
Yeah.
They got to do another Pac movie because I feel like they didn't catch all his essence. Don't get me wrong. Demetrius Shipp Jr. did a fantastic job for such a short notice. He did a great job. I'm not gonna sit here in front.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Yeah.
that movie could have been done 110% better. And Alan doing what he did, not only do I gain respect for him again, but I love the fact that he prayed the way he did a Afeni. That is what made me like, oh my God, this is amazing. This woman, just her alone, she was
Yeah.
an amazing woman.
Yeah. And that's what a
Amazing.
lot of you can't do that with a lot of these rappers. You can't do that with a
Nope.
lot of rappers today. And not a lot of
Nope.
rappers got songs about their mom. Feel
Nope.
me?
Nope.
Like
You
I'm
can't,
trying
man.
I'm getting towards that. You know?
Hmm.
Right, right, right. You know? So that's what makes Pac's legacy different. Because, he was the only nigga making songs about his mama. He was the only nigga making songs about his enemies as songs on the radio. He was the only nigga that shot two police officers and got away with it. He was the
Hmm.
only nigga that
Hmm.
he's the only nigga that pretty much had some type of relationship with almost every female that was popping at the time.
Hmm. And they all speak
Even if he
highly
wasn't
of him.
having sex with them, he had a yeah. Even if he wasn't having sex with them, he had a bond with them. Uh, and also, you notice Pac never really threw nobody under the bus that wasn't against him, right? You never hear him talk about Mo Preem too much. You never heard him rap too much about his mama, really.
Nope.
I mean, he did. He rapped about his mama, but it was like he was real about it. You done heard him diss his mama on certain songs. You done heard him big her up too. But that's him being like pretty much not Tupac. It's him being a
That's that
disgruntled
Gemini.
child in a way.
That's that Gemini.
You know what I'm saying? It was like him acting out as a child.
That's
And
that
then
Gemini, bro.
people don't acknowledge that he didn't meet his pops until later on when he got shot. He didn't meet his real father until he got
Nope.
shot.
Nope.
That's
It's
why
sad,
in the
man.
song "Dear Mama," he talked about his daddy being dead. He said he died and I didn't cry because my anger wouldn't let me feel for a stranger. Then he met him as that song was on the radio.
Hmm.
You feel me? Dear Mama was on the radio when he was in jail.
Yeah.
And then he had already met his real pops, but he
Yeah.
had already put the
I
song out.
I miss.
But,
I'm gonna tell you, I miss his energy. I miss
yeah,
his energy definitely because I feel like if he was still living, he would definitely. It would be a whole shift change in the game right now. Him and Big, I say for both of them because I don't want to leave Big out. I hate leaving Big out because people feel some type of way. Me personally, I was not a huge fan of Biggie, but I did listen to his music, and he was a fantastic artist as well. Funny enough, I feel like Big probably would have went into a little bit of acting. He did an episode of Martin, so I feel like he would have probably
yeah.
went into that. And I honestly always said I think Pac told Big to do that episode of Martin because I always felt like Martin he wouldn't have never done it if nobody pushed him to do it. So
Well,
I
we got to look
definitely
back.
think
We
Big
got to
and
think about the
Pac would
time
have
period.
definitely, yeah. What you say? I'm sorry.
But that now I was saying now that's kind of tricky because
Mm-hmm.
when they film stuff and then when they actually put it out
Mm-hmm.
because that episode came out in 90 no, that was 96.
Was it 96 when the episode?
The
But
episode of
they do
Martin
the
came out,
stuff beforehand. You know what I'm saying?
but it still would have been 95 then,
So it'd have been like 90,
right?
yeah, 95
But Pac
ish.
was out,
Yep. Yep.
but the war they was already against each other at that time.
Yeah. But I
So
like to think that Pac
I
inspired.
think Biggie.
No, go ahead, Rob. My bad.
No, but look back at no, but you know what to answer that question? Okay, go back to the episode with Biggie on there and pay attention to see if Martin still had his Tupacalypse Now poster on the wall. You remember he had that poster, right?
He did.
When they in the kitchen area, you can see it in the background.
Mm.
But I
I
don't
do
recall
remember
them
that.
showing that when Biggie was on the episode.
I do remember that. I remember when he had it all the time. He even
Yeah,
shouted out
I
Pac
don't.
one time. I remember.
Right, yeah. When they had the party at Gina House, and it was like, who else you go call? My boy, my boy Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. Oh, we say Tupac, Snoop Doggy Dog. but I think that I don't think they was in cahoots because I think they had some type of discussion, and I
Okay.
think Martin probably was trying to stay out of that. I think Martin was trying to stay out of it, and that's why you didn't really see them flash a scene of Pac's album cover on that episode. That's just me overthinking shit. I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe they'll come. Maybe Gene No Deal or Reggie Wright Jr. will probably talk about that in the future. But yeah, man.
Mm.
But I had a situation like that too with a homeboy who I went to school with. We used to rap together. You know, I thought he
Mm.
was dope. He thought I was dope. But we had different intentions in mind that made him be like, "No, I don't know about that." But me, I'm like, "Man, fuck you, man. You ain't about nigga. This is shit right here, nigga." That was my
What you
approach.
say, Rob?
So
You was like this death row.
yeah, this is what we. That's what messed up my mind. I'm telling you, bro. That Death Row, G Unit, fucking
Oh
G
my
Unit, Murder
God.
Inc., Rough Rider, all that
What a
shit.
time.
Got my mind twisted, boy.
What a time.
That stadium,
So
that the
let
young
me
buck
ask you.
status, Doc. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm just ranting. Go ahead.
So
No, I was talking about Young
let
Buck
me
at the
ask you.
Vibe
What's
Award.
your?
That's all.
We not gonna talk about that. We not gonna talk about that because I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're
Yeah,
talking about. Somebody got
go
poked. Let's just be honest. Somebody got poked at the Source Award. That's all I'm saying.
right. But that's what I
So
thought hip hop. That's what I thought this rap shit was. I thought, you know what I'm saying? I thought niggas they rap about it and they got to be about it. That's what I thought.
I think we all thought
So
that back then.
anything is
Even
that
when I was younger, I thought that too. I thought that too, most definitely. Cause I felt like
because I ain't a
um
talker with
yeah, that's crazy.
because I'm not a talkative motherfucker off these songs. You feel me? So it's like the fact that I decide to rap, that's
Artists.
me
Not even
deciding.
rappers. Not even rappers. Give me your top 5 artists that inspire you, that make you want to do what you do every day when it comes to this music. And it don't have to be hip hop. It could be any genre.
Um, I could say one of the influences now is the nigga Charleston White. He one of
Okay.
them because
Okay.
it's like that's what's influencing most of my bars that I'm coming up with now in 2023. I sit
Okay.
back and I turn on my YouTube app on the TV because I don't watch it
Right.
on the phone no more. I got to hook it up.
Me
I hook it
neither.
up
I
on the
don't really
TV.
watch on the phone either.
But I say Charleston White. He reminds me of what rappers supposed to be like.
What it used to
Challenge
be like.
what's fresh.
Yeah.
no, no, what it's supposed to be like. But
Hmm.
he ain't rapping. That's the thing. He ain't rapping. He just he's making he you know he's kind of see he mastered the art of sarcasm, and I understand sarcasm like a mother. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
I had a teacher. I had a teacher in grammar school who was highly sarcastic. This white dude, they Mr. Bastek. He was a militant dude too. So I
I
understood.
remember you telling me about that.
I understood sarcasm all ever since then. And
Right.
so I look at him and I be like, man, if only these rap niggas knew what he really saying to him. It's
Mm.
like he got so many dudes like wanting to do harm to him, and it's the enemy right there, and they running away from the real enemy. It is
Right.
like, bro, he just telling you the enemy is right behind you, stupid motherfucker, to kill him. That's what he's saying. But other niggas want to just, oh man, I don't like when he doing this because it's offensive. That's what's wrong with people. It's a lot of offensive shit in this world.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Very
of
much so.
offensive shit that it's a lot of offensive shit that we don't even talk about.
Right.
It's a lot of offensive shit that we don't even speak about. We just know how to dodge it. We just know how to
Mm.
react and not post it online. That's it.
Mm.
But some motherfuckers don't know how to stay away from they posts and post every little bad thing or something they don't understand online. Online is free for angels and devils. So you expecting some advice, you might get the wrong damn advice on this internet shit.
Mm.
So so that's all niggas doing. Charleston White ain't nothing but one nigga who actually does community shit. He just saw how these dumb and evil motherfuckers getting over on the internet. So why not get on there and do the same shit? Because shit, I ain't benefiting from doing nothing for the community other than just helping the community. So shit, I want to make some money on the internet like these motherfuckers
Right.
and go back to the community and still help the community. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think Pac would have wound up doing. Because ain't no way Pac would have not been on the internet at this point doing something. He would have probably been what Charleston White is. Because niggas, Pac did a lot of subliminal shit too that wasn't really what he meant. He just put it out there just so you can get your attention, you
I
know.
don't know
But
where I seen. Hold on one second. I'm gonna come back to you in 1 second. But I gotta say this before I forget it. So I think I seen this TikTok one time. I can't remember who it was, but they
right,
did like a parody of Tupac and Biggie in '96, but they made it
right,
modern, like they could FaceTime and do all this different stuff, right?
right.
And I always wondered, even back then, what if they have? Can you imagine Pac on FaceTime, bro? Going on the gram, going live, going on. Can you
Yeah.
imagine Biggie, him and Biggie going back and forth on the gram, just live videos, tagging each other in it, diss songs flying
See,
everywhere, subliminal
I think
messaging.
Rick Ross kind of reminds me of what Biggie would have been. Rick Ross kind of got a Biggie persona, you know, like like
A little bit,
personality, personality
yeah.
wise. I don't say they rap alike, but yeah, they Rick Ross kind of reminds me. I mean, cause off record, both of them niggas is just some jokesters. They just some
That's
niggas that
true.
like they joke.
Yeah,
You talk to Lil C's and all them, cause they just did the other episode of Biggie shit that I was telling you about.
I have not watched
Uh,
that, and I refuse to watch it because I think that's messed up that they would bring that out at the same time. What's up, BJ? At the same
yeah,
time that they would
at
bring
the same
out
time,
the other one,
the Dear
with the
Mama
Pac
shit.
situation, the Dear Mama. I think that, and they do that crap every single time, bro. Like every time Pac has something significant, something with Biggie got to come right behind it. Like it's crazy.
Right. But I
I don't
like
get
that
it.
they they not really mentioning they. My bad, bro. They
You
not
good?
really mentioning. Okay, I'm back.
You good?
Just had a phone call. I hate when motherfuckers call you, man. Why you on the line? But
I hate that too.
but you notice they don't they not mentioning both. They not mentioning the other in one in the one documentary.
Right.
So they not talking about Biggie and Dear Mama. They not talking about Pac
Pac
on Biggie.
and his stuff.
I
Right.
forgot I forgot exactly what it's called, but but I know they label each episode. They breaking down certain songs of Biggie. So so this episode they just put out it's about somebody got to die, that song, and they haven't really talked about, even though we like to say he was probably talking about Pac on a lot of those songs on Life After Death, but they try their best. They dancing around that shit so well. They dance
You
around it.
can't though. You can't. Especially for the ones that were around at that time. I was around at that time. I know the
Yeah,
songs that like I said, Biggie's biggest mistake was coming to the West Coast and getting on that radio station and throwing subliminals. My whole thing is why you didn't throw the subliminals when the man was living. That's my whole thing.
right.
But back to what you were saying about who inspired you musically. So you were
Yeah.
saying that, or who inspired you, period. Don't even got to be music.
Who inspired me?
So you
Period.
say Charleston White. Who else you got?
Charleston White inspires me at this moment.
Okay. Who else you got?
I got Tupac.
Of
I,
course.
I got I got Mike, R.I.P. King of Pop.
Mike
Um
Jack. Okay, Mike Jack.
um two more.
Yep, two
Uh
more.
I'm gonna say Malcolm X.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
All I got to do is just look around my room. That's all.
There's
I
a
got
Malcolm X there. Okay, that's what I was talking about.
uh I got some that's my Machiavelli joint.
I like that. I like that.
And then I got
Okay.
they go Mike right there.
We're gonna have to get you some plaques and put the plaques on the wall.
And then I got this classic with James Brown. James Brown and Muhammad Ali riding down the street.
Hey, I like that.
So this is the type of shit that motivates me when I'm sitting in my room writing my shit.
Right.
You
Right.
feel me? But I also got a Black Panther thing over here on the other side of my bed. I don't feel like climbing over right now. but
Oh, okay. Okay. You got a
but
Black Panther movie thing, or you got a Black Panther like Black Panther?
no, this is this the the movie.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Well, no,
Okay.
that's actually Malcolm, but
Oh, that's them. Okay, I see it. I
that's
see it.
Malcolm, that's Huey, that's I think that's what's his
Is
name?
that
Bobby.
Bobby? Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, man. When I started to study who I am, that
Hmm.
became who I started to idolize for my music. So my idols changed over
Right.
time, but it was always Tupac though for some reason, but for the wrong reasons. See, I like
I
Tupac at first. Go ahead.
mhm. No, go
But
ahead. You
no,
got it. Go ahead.
I ain't do number five. My bad. So I said who? Pac. I said Pac,
Mm,
Mike, Malcolm,
mm.
uh,
Charleston
I'm
White
Charleston, and
and one more.
one more. Man, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with. Even though, I mean, I could say New Edition. Yeah, New
Okay,
Edition. Yeah,
okay,
but
okay. I can dig that list.
whoever's tuning in to this shit, I was born in 1991. All right, so it's a people got to be like, man, what you know about some damn New Edition? What you know about some damn what you know about some
I mean, they
Malcolm?
was around when you was little. Like they did do a whole album. Like
And
what?
my favorite album came out when I was in kindergarten. The
And what album was that?
Home Again.
That was a dope album.
Now check this out.
The production and everything was dope on that.
You know who produced that?
There's a couple people had their hand on that one. But go ahead. Who you got?
Puffy. Puffy was
I don't like
on.
talking about Puffy.
I mean, I don't either, but that's the only contribution that I can't deny.
Yeah, Puffy did a great. He's a great producer, man. He just, it. Anyway, I'm gonna move on because there's a lot I can say about Mr. Puff
That's a
Daddy,
separate. That's a separate
Daddy
video.
Love, that brother Love, whatever his name is today.
Yeah, that's
Um,
that's that's a separate video.
yeah, that's a whole separate video for another time. Um, so I'm gonna give you my five that inspire
All
me.
right, all right,
Malcolm is definitely one for sure. That's
okay,
one for me. I love Malcolm. I like Malcolm because Malcolm was Malcolm was everything. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a pimp. He was a hustler. He was a dealer. He robbed people. You know what I'm saying? Like he did everything. And then for him to do a complete 360 and be recognized for who
right,
he is now,
yeah,
fantastic man. And then when he went over to Mecca and he came back home, the man that he became when he came home, you can't ask for nothing better than that. That's a whole 360 story. If you don't believe that you can change your life around, look at Malcolm. He's a perfect example of changing your life around. That's number one.
yeah,
Number two is Muhammad Ali.
yeah,
Why I say Muhammad Ali? Well, because he's the GOAT. He's the champ. That's the champ.
yeah,
Not only that, but Ali was unafraid.
yeah,
That dude, when he would walk around and he'll be like, he'll say them different phrases and things like that. And he even said, somebody asked him, a white reporter asked him, like, why do you say all these things? And he said, because young black men need to see black men saying these type of affirmations, and they need to see a black man doing the things that I'm doing.
right,
So they can get that confidence too.
right.
James Brown is another one that I like as well. I don't like his personal stuff, but what he
Yeah,
represented for, I completely like.
yeah,
Um, I don't know if you've ever heard of this man, but his name is Che Guevara. He used to rock with Fidel Castro. Him and Fidel Castro were very good friends. I'm pretty sure you know who Che is.
yeah, yeah. I heard about Fidel. Yeah,
Yeah, him and Che were like this. So, and Shay actually, because you watch Godfather of Harlem, he actually,
love it.
him and Malcolm talked quite a few times. So that was a real true situation. They talked a few times. Um, and Shay was about liberation for his people as well. So he died trying to get that as well.
Mm,
Um, the last one, I'm gonna be real. This a toss up for me because Pac is in there, of course, but he would be probably number six. Number five, um, a young Panther that died way before his time, and his name
Bobby
is
Hut.
little Bobby Hutton.
Yeah. Lil Bobby.
Bobby was not only one of the first ones, Bobby was one of the first ones to be a Panther.
Yeah.
So, and what he represented and how he represented himself, not only the time when they marched on the Capitol, because they still talk about that to this day in California.
Yeah.
So, Bobby was the definition of a soldier,
Yeah.
and he went out as a soldier should. It was messed up, but he went out on his principles. That's why I love Lil Bobby forever
Yeah.
and ever. Like his bravery is inspiring to me. Like dude was dope. And I know it a little bit further than that, but I don't want to go too deep about Lil Bobby. But he was one of the first recruits of the Panthers. And for him to be that young and be like, I'm willing to take that on, that's inspiring.
You just gave me an idea.
Mm-hmm.
So you know my real name for all you viewers out there.
Mm-hmm.
My real name is Robert Lee Alcorn the third.
Mm-hmm.
So so what's short for Robert? Bobby.
Right.
So so I used to hate that shit.
Mm.
I used to hate it
Right.
when people used to call me Lil Bobby. Hey, Lil Bobby, come here, Lil Bobby. Like my name ain't no damn Bobby, Joe. Stop calling me that
Right.
shit.
Stop calling me that. Right.
That's why when people meet me, I make sure that okay, you can call me Rob. Okay, that's cool. My mama called me Robbo. That's where the Robbo shit come from.
Right.
But but man, you just gave me an idea. So I'm gonna make some real Black Panther type, some type of song, right? And it's gonna be called Lil Bobby. And
That's
I'm not
good.
I'm not gonna really tell his story, but I'm gonna just preach that shit so well in that song that people will be like, why you call it Lil Bobby? Because niggas call me Lil Bobby.
Right.
So pretty much everything that I was against or that I kind of wasn't proud of, I embraced that shit over time.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that shit from I learned it from Pac. Pac is another influence for that.
Right. Yep.
Everything that they try to tear you down with, use that shit to your advantage and make it your
Yep.
strength. Like Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Alcorn. A nigga was trying to make fun of my last name by saying, yeah, Mr. Alcorn, yeah. All right, cool. So I'm finna drop a mixtape called Mr. Alcorn. And I did that in
Mm-hmm.
2015,
Okay.
where I looked at it like, okay, that's me on my grown man shit. I just graduated from college. Yeah, I'm a college graduate, by the way. So I
Mm-hmm.
turned all that grammar school and high school shit around.
Right.
See, so that's why Malcolm is my influence also, because I saw how he. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
go. I didn't go through I didn't go through most of the shit he went through, but I did go through a sense of trying to find who I was. So
Absolutely.
so when I found who I was, nigga, shit just became simple. Shit just became so simple.
Mm-hmm.
Start aging
Mm-hmm.
backwards. I'm aging backwards now, niggas. Niggas tell me right now, like, nigga, damn, you 32? Nigga, I thought you shit just made 21 or some shit. Like, nigga,
Hey,
I ain't
y'all that's
21.
watching, please like and share. Please like and share. Thank you. Go ahead, Rob.
Like,
My bad.
nigga, this ain't 21. You see this? Do you see this headline, nigga?
Yo, I'm laughing because I literally like it's so many and it's women in there too on that list that inspire me as well.
Yeah,
Um
yeah, yeah.
because black women are inspiring to me. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna say it till I'm blue in the face. Black women are inspiring to me. Um
I put I
but
so
let me ask you
go
this
ahead.
though. Let me ask you this, Rob.
All right.
Would you say you're militant?
It's in me.
Okay.
It's in me.
Because Pac was militant.
And that's another thing too. See, I'm not as see, even though I'm vocal, I'm not as vocal as Pac was. See, Pac, people got to remember, Pac was on that militant shit because he grew up like that. So if
Hmm.
he grew up like that and he didn't even make it past 25, that's how people, yeah, of course he gonna be militant because he didn't really grow out of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with me, shit, I made it past 25, but
Me too.
I use my militant side when
Hmm.
it's necessary.
Hmm.
So like now I don't have kids, but I got little nieces and stuff, and I got a nephew somewhere, and you know I got younger cousins and stuff who listen to my music on YouTube and
Hmm.
all this shit. So I be
Hmm.
like, so I kind of try to I think about okay, I got younger kids listen to this shit because I started writing this shit as a kid. So I'm just thinking about just
Hmm.
I'm acting out as a kid writing the most rebellious shit ever. But now I
Right.
kind of look now I'm looking at these younger kids following behind me who also could be rebels too. I'm like,
Right.
this ain't the time to be a rebel. Rebels are not respected in 2023. So that's why I'm like
They
man,
not.
you know what I'm saying? But the militant
But that's
side,
where the game need to change. The game need to change on that because Pac
yeah.
wasn't respected back then. Nobody respected him like that back then. Now
I
they
say
more so respect him because they understand what he was saying at that time. But
I think
before that, he wasn't respected like that.
I think most of the people who was around him respected it.
Of course,
I think like
of
Big Sight,
course,
Big
of
Sight and the
course.
Outlaws and uh, Suge. I mean, I don't know. We could say, bro, you say what you want to about Suge, but when you see Suge and Pac, whenever I saw them together, they looked like they was having a good time.
Always. And
So
I've
that's why
heard
I'm like,
about their fights and everything, but every time
so,
I seen them, they was always cool.
but that's how it is, right? It's always the outsiders talking about what's going on in that house over there.
Right.
That we all we all just trying to figure that shit out. Like what happened with Death Row? What happened with Tupac? What happened? You know, but we'll never know the complete story.
No.
But I learned my militant side, I say probably from my pops.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
so I know how to talk to niggas my age,
Hmm.
but at the same time, they don't know how to accept me for being that way. Because
Right.
most of the dudes I grew up around didn't have, father figures, or even if they was around, they wasn't putting their foot down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I know a lot of niggas who sell dope with they pops. I know a lot of niggas who probably they cuss they pops out, and he did pops just sit there like he the son.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
I've
saying?
seen them.
So I don't when I see that shit, that kind of makes me see or try to understand why niggas be doing the fucked up shit they do too. So I'll be like, oh, okay, I see why this nigga. I see how his pops treat him and shit when he come to the crib and shit.
Hmm.
And it's kind of like me, how I treat. I'm not an angel either. Shit, even though my pops militant, he was militant towards me. So that made me kind of like I, I don't express feelings too much. You feel me? When I'm around anybody. When I'm outside this house, can't nobody really get me off my P's and Q's or get me to get too emotional. Because at the end of the day, shit, my pops never showed me that side. So it was
Right.
like, even though I understood later on that's tough love, but expressing verbally, I love you, or I care about you, I'm just concerned for your safety. He never said that shit out of his mouth, but I understood that when he would go wondering where I'm at, and he literally go hunt me down,
Mm.
like, the fuck you doing over here, pulling up on me and shit. Carry your ass
Right.
back home. You need to be at the crib. Niggas over here wilding out. He'll tell me that shit. So with me, I always
Hmm.
worried about checking in with pops. I ain't never worried about checking in with no other nigga outside my household. Period.
Of
So
course.
that's why niggas be looking at me like I like I'm on some bullshit or Rob just be he be on his own or he be too indirect sometimes. Cause I don't know you niggas at the end of the day. Cause
It's
y'all don't
funny,
know
man,
they,
to
they don't
hear
know me
that,
at the end of the day.
from you, because there's a lot of black men who don't grow up with their fathers. Let's just be honest. I
Yeah,
didn't grow up with my dad in the house like that either. But I had enough men around me to balance me out. You know what I'm saying? So for you to have your dad around and to be like, that's the only dude I'm finna check in with, because there's a lot of young men out here who go out here and feel like, oh, I got to check in with the big homie. I got to check in with such and such.
right,
But
right.
for you to say what you said about your father, that speaks volumes for having a father in the home and having a consistent father all the time.
Yeah, like um, let me tell you, my pops is the influence for me rapping too.
Hmm.
Cause he didn't like me being a rapper, so
Okay.
that made me want to rap more. So let me get it clear. So when I was a teenager,
Hmm.
well, I couldn't stand this nigga. You hear me? I couldn't stand him. Nah, bro. So that's where my shift came from me
Right. Right.
moving with my pop, moving with my mama.
Hmm.
So I had an opportunity to move with my mama when I became like 13. Cause before that, my mom didn't really want me living with her and my little sister and staying in the house by ourselves while she went to work.
Right.
So she was like, wait, when you get a little bit older, then y'all can come move with me and all this.
Hmm.
It's like the Trey story from Boys in the Hood. It's just
Right.
that I got a little sister. So that's the
Right.
difference.
Right.
I'm not the only sibling. So then you remember when later on, right, on Boys in the Hood, when Trey got older and moms was calling, it was like, well, it's time for him he can come back home. And then, well, he grown, he already done grew up out here. So it's like,
Right.
he
You
might as
might as
well
well
stay
just
out
leave
here.
them be now.
So I went to the same type of shit.
Hmm.
I I went from, you know, uh uh I'll say I went from living with both parents, then they split. Then I went to living with pops, going to school from his crib, and
Hmm.
then later on moved with my mom when I became a teenager. So when I became a teenager, that's when I really groomed myself to be a rapper. So
Okay.
so then I moved back to the neighborhood my pops was living in when I got grown.
Hmm.
So it was a difference. When I got grown and moved back to that neighborhood, it's different. Now I'm a rapper moving back to the neighborhood.
Hmm.
Before I was just a little kid who couldn't leave a block or couldn't leave a porch or I'm getting into fights with everybody because they making fun of me because I can't leave the porch and they want to talk slick and I talk the same slick shit back to them and then we just squabble. See,
Get the rumbling. Yep.
niggas can say whatever they want about man, you ain't put in no work. I know, nigga, I'm not a street nigga. I don't come from destruction. I come from
Man,
construction. You feel me? My granddaddy
for
owned
real.
shit. My daddy owned shit my granddaddy owned. When he died, he took that shit in himself. So when he died, I'm gonna take
Yep.
that shit. You
Yep.
feel me?
Yep.
This is a royalty thing here. That's why I call myself Prince Robbo. He's the
Right.
king. My granddaddy was the king. He became the king, and eventually I'll become the king.
Hmm.
This ain't just no rap shit. This is about finance, luxury, comfortability, stability, all that.
So this
And that's
real for you. This is
this
a
is
real thing
real.
for you. Yeah.
All this shit. The YBMGM, Young Brothers making great moves. All that shit is all boils down to the same intention. It ain't nothing changed with nothing new I come up with. Let me say it again. Nothing changes with everything new I come up with.
Right.
So I can reinvent myself as Mr. Alcorn, Alcorn Inc., Prince Robbo, Rob Avelli. I can, Robbo because I just idolized Tupac so much, and
Mm-hmm.
what he talk about the same shit. He talk about building communities, basketball teams, football teams. See, I grew up on that shit. In my neighborhood, we had a basketball court directly
Yep.
across the street, directly across the street from where I grew up.
We had one up the block where I grew up.
Then it
Definitely.
became a vacant. They made it a vacant lot eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Then vacant lot became into condos. Now it's just condos replacing that vacant lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's about community. The community need to invest in the community.
Right.
All we doing is moving away, selling drugs in the community, going to jail in the community, or moving away and getting killed or dying off in the community. That's it.
Or going to the other side and
Yeah,
making their situation better and not making ours better.
yeah,
So you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say too
yeah,
much,
yeah.
but yeah. So
That
we do
shallow.
that a lot. When we
That,
get a little bit of money, we be
yeah,
gone.
we get a little bit of money and we quick to just give it back. What?
Absolutely,
Like
absolutely.
you just got this.
Speaking of that, let me cause we got a little more time before we get up off of here, but let me switch gears right quick. I know we was talking about the music and your music and stuff like that,
Right.
but let me ask you a question. So you heard about the situation with John Morant, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now this is his second time getting in trouble.
Hmm.
If you were the older brother or the older sibling or the older whoever to John Morant, or he was on this live, what advice would you give him?
All right. So I synced the parody of other shit, right? But I wasn't sure. What happened? Was he on camera this time again?
So what happened was his homeboy was on camera. They was all hanging out, doing doing what we do when we hang out with each other as guys.
Right.
So his boy had flipped the camera, and when he flipped the camera, Ja had a gun in his hand. And then his boy, I think he dropped the phone or tried to flip the camera around to not show that he had the gun in his hand. But it was too late by then. It was already shown. But
So did he already have it out, or what did he pull it out?
no, it was out.
Oh,
It was out. So basically, I think he had the gun already, and he was just like, playing with the gun or doing what he do. Because I guess he was listening to NBA YoungBoy, and I guess his new album just dropped. And you know how these youngsters are. I'm gonna say my opinion once you're done, but that's basically what happened with the situation.
all right. So that's funny that you say he was listening to NBA YoungBoy and he in the
Oh
NBA, right?
Lord, I got my own opinion about that, but go ahead.
I would just find it funny that John Morant is in the NBA, right? So I just find it funny how man, Joe, this this the nigga, he the one right here. He got NBA in his name, nigga. He for us.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, see, I think all that shit dumb shit at the end of the day. Like,
Mm.
even though I like to get on camera, I get on video, but you will never, ever, 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 ever see me promote no illegal drug,
All right.
no weapon, no illegal weapons. Even if I'm
Right.
registered, even I was just taught not to show off what you coming with.
Right.
Period.
Right.
And you in the NBA, so it's like I'm not saying soon as motherfuckers get a deal they just wise up.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, but his homeboys, they I mean, all of them need everybody in that car need to grow up. He need to grow up, and niggas in the car with him, he probably need to either leave them alone
Mm-hmm.
until they grow up,
Mm-hmm.
or you just got to make adjustments. I mean, it's too many athletes trying to be rappers, bro.
It's always been that way.
They trying to be the rapper, and the rappers who they trying to be like them niggas that's out there on the corner,
Right.
and them niggas out there on the corner, they envy the niggas on the other side. Like y'all got it good. Fuck you trying to be out here with us
Right. Like,
folks.
what are you trying to be over here? Right.
Right. And I done talked to all these types of people. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
we all got it fucked up. Cause at one time I thought being a rapper was dressing up with jewelry and driving a nice car and having all these big booty women in the video and shit. You know, I thought that was the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but that ain't nothing but a lifestyle of a nigga in the street. Going to the strip club.
Right.
Big booty women all over. You got
Mm-hmm.
all this money. Ain't nobody getting all this money just from doing legit shit, and you throwing it out like that, and you still living in the hood. That's the thing. Niggas don't know how to leave the hood and have a lot of money. They want to stay in the hood with a lot of money, knowing damn well
Can't
that's
do
gonna be
that.
that looks suspicious in a motherfucker from jump.
Yep.
So, and you know all the niggas in the car with you flashing the gun. They ain't thinking about your career. They like, man, Joe, I got my nigga Jay Morant in this motherfucker. He got the
Right.
bang out.
He turned up right now. You know,
Yeah,
that's the thing. He turned up right now.
right. But yeah, I just think he just need he just need to stop flashing shit on camera. Period.
I agree.
And,
I
and
agree.
whoever his homeboy was going live, like bro, you knew
What
he
are you
had to
doing?
go. You knew he had it out,
Yeah.
right? So
I
I'm
know
like,
he knew that.
so that to me is a homeboy that need his motherfucking head chopped off or something. You feel me? Because nigga, you fucking up my
Prob-
whole nigga. Nigga, I'm trying to get my mom's nigga. This supposed to be getting me out the hood. This supposed to be getting my mom out the hood. And that one little video could fuck up all that shit.
Now he got two videos. Cause see, here's
Yeah,
my
too, right?
opinion. Here's my opinion. John Moran is 23 years old. He grew up. He didn't grow up in the hood. His
There you go.
parents did fairly well for themselves. He grew up in a house with his mama and his daddy. Not saying it was a functional house,
Right,
because it could have been a lot of dysfunction in there.
right.
But he grew up with two parents
Hmm.
in a fairly decent neighborhood.
True.
John Morant to me, because I've even read reports where they were saying he was at LA Laker games and there was gangbangers there and he was flashing gang signs to the gangbangers. You know, here's my thing. First of all, he's 23. The male brain does not mature fully until you're 25 years old,
True.
which explains what happened to Pop. Because I think right at that peak, he was just becoming a man, and they took him down right as he was becoming a man. Because at
Yeah.
25, that's when your cognitive thing is no longer adolescent thinking; it's adult thinking.
Right, right.
So, because we all know we all did stuff before the age of 25 that was stupid. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
So the problem with Ja is, and if I was to talk to him, I wish I was his older cousin or older brother or something, because I would simply tell him, get rid of everybody in your circle, and I
Right.
do mean everybody: your mama, your daddy, your boys, all of them. Cut them off. Cut them off. Because what you're gonna do is you're gonna ruin your career. See, right
Yeah.
now, the NBA, they haven't came down with a suspension or nothing like that yet,
Yeah.
but it's coming, and this is your second time doing this.
Hmm.
I'm with you. He got to stay off that camera. He got to stay off of social media, lives, all that. Get off of there. The next thing I would do is clear house. Oh, I'm clearing house. Don't let me. You couldn't have let me been his agent or somebody, his PR person or whoever. I would straight up tell him, if you keep these people around you, they're going to take you to a path straight to hell, including your mama. Because there was times that your mama called you to come defend her about certain situations that she did not need to call you for.
Mm.
Where your dad was, I have no idea. But what I'm saying is that he has to stop doing this live stuff, and he has to realize that you have an opportunity that young men out here are dying for. You're
Yeah,
making millions of dollars. You just signed a huge contract and you're doing
yeah,
this kind of stuff. I know that's not you. And I know it's not him because I've seen him when he's doing good and doing the things that he need to do. That's the John Morant that people want to see. We don't want to see this wannabe gangster thug hood. Yeah, I'm that dude. We don't care about that. We don't care about that. Then
yeah,
even with NBA YoungBoy, I'm gonna be honest. I just had this conversation with my fiance earlier.
yeah.
I told her I'm not a fan. I don't like his music. It's a few songs that I like that's like, oh, okay, it's a little bop or whatever. But the overall tone of his music, I can't get jiggy with that ish. I can't. I just can't, bro.
That's
Because first of all, dude,
him and Lil Durk, they got a little thing going on.
I
So
have something to say to that too, because Vaughn
yeah,
and him was beefing too.
yeah. That's
But
that's
I
what.
heard that
Yeah,
Dirk and Young Boy squashed their beef. I got something personal for Lil Durk because I'm sorry, I'm not squashing nothing on somebody who killed my boy. I'm not.
yeah,
I'm just not. That's just me. I come from a different cloth. I'm
yeah.
not squashing it. I'm just not. You did something to my guy. He's dead now. Your boy did something to my guy. I will never ever be cool with you. There will never be a squashing of a beef. That's how I ride. That's how I was taught, and I learned my game from Pac.
Right.
Pac was the
Same.
same way. I ride with who ride with me.
Likewise.
So
Yeah.
I was raised under that cloth, and then that's a '90s theme too. You ride with who ride with you.
Right.
So even though cats ain't loyal to no fault nowadays, they are not loyal at all.
Right.
But I'm riding till the casket fall. But Young Boy, I think his music, when I listen to his music, this is what these young boys are listening to. This is what these young dudes are listening to. I don't know if you ever heard of the Kia Boys?
The Kia Boys. Yeah.
They out
I,
here
I
in Milwaukee. It's a few of them in Chicago too.
yeah. I just sent the video yesterday where they. Yeah. I fuck the Kia Boys because I just
Dead ass. But
because because
they
I'm a
all
Vic.
listen to
They
that
got me.
NBA young boy.
Them bitch ass niggas got me.
What?
Yeah.
They
No, that's what
robbed
I'm
you?
saying. No, I'm saying that whoever I don't study the shit, but I just sent this shit
Me
online
neither.
yesterday. I just
Mm-hmm.
sent the video where they talking about Kia Boys because they got this Chicago page where they report
Mm-hmm.
what's going on in Chicago on Facebook
Mm-hmm.
and shit. But no, these niggas they stealing catalytic converters off Kias, and they stole my shit back in the summer last year. So that's what I'm saying. Fuck them niggas, the Kia Boys. Like,
Can't stand
bro,
them.
just go
Can't
buy
stand
your own
them.
motherfucking car, nigga. Buy your
I'm
shit.
dead serious. Yep, real talk. Real talk.
I'd
And them
rather them.
dudes I'm finding out them dudes be as young as 13 years old. And
Yeah,
ask them who they listen to when they listen to music. And they go say Young Boy. Young Boy is one of the first ones. And Dolph. When Dolph was here, that was another one.
yeah,
But Young Boy is the main one. And I'm like, something about his music be having these young cats, these young men. He has the ear of these young men.
Yeah.
And I wish he's not mature yet. He's not at that mature age yet. And I hope he makes it to that age because I think
Yeah.
his perception will change as he gets older. He has a ton of kids too, by the way. He ain't even 25 yet. But
Dang.
yeah, dude, he like Chief Keef. You know, Chief Keef got a gang of kids. And he
Yeah.
was young, young. He was like 17, 15, 16, 17 with grown women with kids. Which
Yeah.
is something else I'm talking about tomorrow too on my podcast. But yeah, man, I just for Ja Morant, man, I feel like it's his time to shine. And in order for him to shine, he got to get away from them. He got to get away from all that. He got to cut his boys off. Um, I
Yeah.
would tell him straight out, if you want to be around me and you want to
Yeah.
hang with me, you got to do it on my program. Because if you
Right.
don't do it on my program, you can't be around me. I got to keep this money rolling. This for me,
Yeah.
my family, and he has a daughter. That's what makes me more angry with Ja Morant because you got a daughter, man.
Right.
Like you tripping. You wouldn't want your daughter being with nobody acting like that. And I know you wouldn't.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
crazy, bro.
The only good thing about this is that Ja Rule ain't the only Ja that's being thrown under the bus.
I wish him and 50 would squash their beef
Hey,
already. They gonna be in a nursing home beefing.
talk about some.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah, exactly. With no teeth.
it's murder, young fella.
Right. You tripping. That's how I feel though. That beef is so old, bro. Fat Joe didn't even squash this beef with 50. Game didn't
And
squash this beef with 50. Like, come on, bro. Can y'all squash it, please? Ain't nobody,
hey,
ain't no major people got killed on no side.
uh, yeah, but Tony Yayo just did another Vlad interview, right? When he got the ski mask on his face, um, and he got a black shirt on, and he talked. Vlad
I
asked
like
him
Tony
one.
Yayo. I'm playing, but I like Tony Yayo.
Yeah, Yayo. Even though I didn't like when they was into it with
Mm-mm.
all the big. I'm like, bro, how y'all gonna be into it with Jada Kiss, Nas, Fat Joe, who else? Nigga was throwing shots at Wayne, throwing shots at Cassidy. They was throwing shots at Ti. Uh, I was like, damn, bro, what the fuck? Y'all into it with everybody now? I didn't really like the
They
Ja
was
Rule
into it
shit.
with the wrong dudes.
I didn't
That
like the Ja
terror
Rule
squad,
shit.
that terror squad beef
Yeah,
with G Unit, that was real.
that was real. Yeah,
That was
them
real.
Pu-
It was bad.
them Puerto
It was
Rican
bad.
them Puerto Ricans don't play, boy.
They don't. They
What you talking
don't.
about?
They do not play, bro. I don't know, but that was 50 whole gimmick in his whole stick or whatever you want to call it
Yeah,
was to beef with rappers. You know, he came out with How to Rock. So that was
yeah,
his way of getting known, trolling people. That's why he's
yeah,
perfect for the internet, because that's all he do all day is troll everybody. Well, he didn't
yeah.
calm down a little bit. I think because he getting older and he just, chilling out a little bit.
In the
But
Power universe.
yeah, in that power universe, of course. But that's a whole person. That's another person you could look at as a 360 turnaround, most definitely. Um,
50
but yeah,
Cent.
man, I'm gonna pray for Ja.
Yeah.
I think he is a good human being deep down.
Hmm.
I just think he's got the wrong people in his ear, and I don't know what his relationship is with his father. But what I do know is if he was my son, first of all, I'm gonna tell him, book a flight. We going to a private island or something. I need to talk to you. We
Yeah.
gonna go on the private island. We go eat a little dinner, a little lunch. We go chill. We go kick it. We go have a little fun. but I'm gonna make
Yeah.
time to sit down and talk to him and tell him his opportunity is being wasted on people that don't have the same level of things to lose like he does. Fat Joe said that one time. He was like, don't hang around people who don't have nothing to lose. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, they don't have nothing to lose. They where they at, and
They
they
lost a lot
might be
already.
popping or whatever because of you, not because of them, because of you and your talent and who you are and how you
Yep.
ball out. Because you ball. I call you I call him Derrick Rose 2.0. So he is. You remember how Derrick Rose was? You remember how Derrick Rose was before
Yeah.
Thibodeau messed up his legs.
Yeah.
So that's
Derrick
how I
Rose,
look at
he's
John
banging
Morant.
too.
I just want him to I want him to do better, especially for his daughter. I have a daughter, and I would never ever want my daughter dating nobody that was like the old me. The new me, yeah,
Right.
she could date him all day. The old me, no, no, no.
Yeah.
I've been shot somebody, shot somebody acting like that. I no, no,
Man, trying to tell you. Man.
man.
But yeah, yeah, that's a it's too many public figures out there. Like I
Mm-hmm.
got a line I say, uh I'm say strictly green mouth, cut the nicotine out, a public figure just trying to figure things out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I feel like a lot of these celebrities are. They public figures and they just trying to figure it out. They don't even realize they public figures yet until they fuck up. And they be like, damn, oh shit. Y'all was watching me. I ain't know all y'all was watching me do this. Like,
And this ain't back in the day because you know Pac got plenty of pictures with the pistol in his hand. So
yeah,
this ain't back in the day when you could cover up stuff and be like, well,
it's a prop.
everybody is sensitive. Everybody feels some type of way about something. And if you're a
Yeah.
public figure, they finna scrutinize you. And you black. You're not light skinned black. You're black. So,
A nigga like me can
so
probably get away with it.
right, right.
All I
That's
gotta
what I'm
do is
saying.
put a smile on your face, keep smiling, and
Yep.
let him go, let him go.
Yeah, he's good. He's light skinned. He's good.
Like, I
They
got
don't let no
y'all
dark
ass.
skinned dudes get away with nothing
Nah,
at all. They don't let them get away with nothing.
they gonna be like Kanan.
Not even a little thing.
They be
You
like
still a
Kanan.
piece of gum.
They be like Kanan told Tariq on on Ghost. He be
Yeah,
like, whatever they said your daddy did, he did that shit.
he did that for real.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, well, yeah, we already know, but still, that's hella funny. But we gonna get up off of here, Robbo. This was a good interview, player. I love
Definitely.
chatting with you, man. I know we didn't get too deep into your music, but we will do that on the next interview for sure. Before we get up out of here, though,
Yeah.
what you got coming up? And yeah, what you got coming up? What's going on with your music? What's happening?
All right, so I got my latest mixtape. It's called Your Bars Must Give Motivation. I dropped it.
Mm,
I dropped it March 2023, and
okay.
it's still booming. It's still building listens. I'm at 1,000 something listens right now
Really?
on
You on
Audio Mac.
SoundCloud?
I'm on there, but
Mm,
that mixtape you can find certain songs on YouTube, but
mm-hmm.
I'm in the midst of re-uploading everything from the actual website that
Right.
is on, which is Audio Mac. So
Audio Mac.
Audio
Okay.
Audio Mac is the probably one of the easiest apps for all upcoming artists to post they music singles. You can post a
Mm-hmm.
single, you can post a video, you can post a whole mixtape on there, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's what I'm doing now, trying to promote the little singles off of here. Probably shoot some visuals soon.
Mm-hmm.
Um and you know, just continue to uplift and probably drop another project by the end of the year, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And I got another episode of '90s Baby. Right now it's 4 on YouTube. The fifth one I'm gonna drop sometime this year, where y'all can
90s
get a
baby.
bet.
What's that? What's that?
So that's a little. That's a little. This is what I could have done before Alan Hughes did Dear Mama.
Okay.
I could have did that with this, but this is just straight VHS taping of myself as a child.
Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, I remember seeing those clips and stuff on Facebook and stuff like that.
So I'm trying. That's why I gotta. I don't. It might not end at 4 or 5 episodes. It depends on how much footage I can get from my pops. So right now he you know he I think he bullshitting me. So that's why I'm like
He's spoon feeding you.
he's spoon feeding me this shit, and I'm like, man, bro, I know it's some more footage because I remember he used to show us this footage when we was younger. And it's not
Right.
just me. You get a chance to see me. You get a chance to see my family too. You get a chance to see my mother probably holding my little sister as a baby. You get a chance to see. It's actually footage of me as an infant. He still has that footage. I don't have that footage of me as an infant.
Bro, tell your dad. You got to tell him this is history, man. Like, even if, I know people right now that got tapes from Freaknik,
Yeah,
and I'm
Charleston White.
telling them to drop it.
Charleston got
Drop
one.
it. That's something
Pop.
else we didn't talk about either, was that Freaknik documentary. But
Yeah.
I was old enough to go to Freaknik. I never got a chance to go. But
Okay.
I know people that have went. I even worked with a guy, he went and he was telling me crazy stories. I'm gonna tell you off of here though.
Okay. I
But
got
it's crazy, 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 bro. Tell him, please tell your dad, man. We want to see stuff like that. We got to see stuff like that because people
you.
don't know how the '90s were. People don't know. They
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, and you get a chance to see the man, like my pops. I didn't talk about my love for videography and film too. So it's like
I have a
he,
love for that too, bro. Yep.
he influenced me to do that. As far as that's why I edit most of my videos, my music videos. I chop them up when I perform in certain scenes. I'm doing it off the inspiration of my how would this look when I chop it up when I get home. or or I'm thinking about these concert performances of Tupac and them and Johnny Gill and New Edition and I'm just all that comes into my mind when I create
Hmm.
a Prince Robbo project.
Okay, that's what's
So
up.
yeah,
That's what's up. All right, y'all. Fat Boy Chronicles, get at me. You know where I be. Oh, Rob, give me your social medias.
so y'all can just search Prince Robbo, Robbo.
Hmm.
My Facebook, Robert Alcorn the third. I got a fan
Hmm.
page on there also, Prince Robbo. I'm on Twitter. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, all that. You just look up Alcorn Inc. on Twitter,
Hmm.
uh, TikTok, Alcorn dot Inc.
Yeah.
All that.
All right, for sure. Y'all know where I'm at. Y'all already know my name. So I don't even need to say too much more. All right, y'all. Deuce.
Deuce.